Okay, hello everyone. I'd like to welcome you all and thank everyone for joining today. This is the KGAP North America Challenge hosted by ATR. I'm Makiko Tatsumi from Business Development Office of ATR. Good morning, Japan. Good evening, North America. Okay, KGAP is a startup acceleration program organized by ATL. Following the success of batch 1 and batch 2, now 16 startups from Japan and abroad are working hard as batch 3 members. In parallel, it's time to recruit batch 4 members. So today, we are pleased to welcome motivated startups and SMEs from Canada and America. All of them want to look for the partners to expand the business in Japan. So today we invite many people from industries in Japan. So we hope the startups and the business person in Japan meet and start a collaboration through this event. Okay, let me show you today's program. Yeah, firstly, Canada session. Okay, after my remarks, Dr. Suzuki, Executive Vice President and Head of Business Development Office ATO, will give a presentation about KGAP Plus, our program. Okay, and then we will have greeting remarks from Mr. Javier, industry technology advisor of IRAP. IRAP is an industrial research assistance program of the National Research Council of Canada. Yeah, the IRAP is a great our partner. And then Canadian SMEs will give a pitch. Yeah, we'll have 5 great companies today. And we will welcome Ms. Leslie Ann Reed, Consular, Embassy of Japan to, Embassy of Canada. Yeah, she will give session closing remarks. Okay. And then US session. So today we welcome Nick Lucio. He's our great partner and a great mentor. Yeah, he will give a talk about COVID-19 impact in Silicon Valley. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to stop the slide showing. Sorry. Okay, after Nick's talk, Sumitomo. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sumitomo Seimei, the insurance company, will give a presentation about their company. So we welcome Mr. Tsuchimoto. Yeah, okay. Oh, no. US session. Okay, and 2 US companies will give a pitch and the closing remarks. Okay, please enjoy the 2 hours event. Okay, yeah. During the webinar, you will see the Q&A button at the bottom of the Zoom window. Okay, so if you have the question or comment to anyone, I mean any person of presenters, please send the chat in the Q&A box. Yeah, presenter will respond your question or comment through the Q&A box. Okay, yes, this webinar is co-hosted by NRC IRAP, our partner, and also the JETRO, the formal name is the Japan External Trade Organization, is hosting the event with us. And also, in addition, Embassy of Canada support us. Thank you very much. We very much glad at this collaboration. Okay, let's get started. Yeah. The first presentation about KGAP Plus from Dr. Suzuki. Yes. Yes. Please.
Hello, everybody. I'm Suzuki of ATL. I'm very glad to have this session today together with Japanese audiences and Canadian audiences. And Habe-san, once again, I'd like to thank you once again for your continuous support. So first, I'd like to explain a bit about KGAP Plus, especially for batch 4. KGAP Plus is a KGAP Global Acceleration Program. Plus. Okay, let me start with a brief introduction of Keihana Science City. Keihana Science City is located in the middle of Kyoto, Nara, and Osaka, and it looks like this picture. There is a main road in the middle, and along the main road, research organization of mainly companies are located. And what is most important thing is local residents are living near here, so that we can count on them for POC and pilot testing. In July, we are selected one of the base of startup ecosystem base together with Osaka and Nara by the Japanese government. As I mentioned, you can rely on local legends for POCs and pilot testing. For instance, during the last 10 years, we have had many types of POCs in government projects in the field of smart city, such as energy and healthcare, agriculture, and mobility. So you can rely on these local legends to get data to improve your services and the products. So what we try to achieve is firstly to construct two-dimensional relationships between our global partners, Barcelona, Israel, Canada, USA, and India. And also to connect these collaboration networks into Japanese market and the Japanese society. So these two are our main goals to achieve. To achieve that, we first construct a global collaboration and cooperation networks. And based on these networks, we constructed 4 types of global open innovation platform. The first one is KIIP. It's a human resource exchange support. And the second one is called COSAIN. This helped us to create a project together with Japanese companies. And the other two are something relevant to startup support. And KGAP Plus is one of the platform of startup support. So we have succeeded in constructing a wide variety of global collaboration and cooperation network during the last 3.5 years. And totally, we have now working closely and with some distances, more than 460 organizations, including 189 organizations in 17 countries. And we set 4 and 5 countries as core main partner. For instance, Barcelona, Israel, New York, and Canada, of course, and India. These are our main partners. And we are looking for another countries such as Nordic countries, and Asian countries, and African countries, and other areas of countries to expand our collaboration network further. So KGAP Plus is, as I mentioned, abbreviation of KGAP Global Acceleration Program Plus. We set a POC or pilot testing with Japanese companies and hospital as a goal. And the program is carried out either online and offline, but this year only online program. And you can access to our global partners, including Canada and other countries, Barcelona, India, Israel, and USA. And we did 2 batches last fiscal year, starting 1st July and ended in October, and the second batch starting in October and ended in December. We expect about 10 startups joining for each batch, half from Japan, the other half from outside Japan. And we had the demo day at the occasion of Kyoto Smart City Expo in the first batch, and the Kansai Innovation Stream in the second batch. And selected startups, mainly 5, are taken to either Barcelona or New York City to have a special program planned by us and our global partners. This is a list of startups participated in KGAP Plus 2019. We had 19 global companies participated, 8 from Japan, and other 11 startups coming outside Japan, for Israel, 3 USA, to Canada, and to Spain. And we took 4 startups marked red to Barcelona to have a special program, and 5 startups marked blue in the ELA, Entrepreneurs Roundtable Accelerator, located in New York City, for other special program. So if you look at these startups in terms of specialty, the field of technology, it was divided into 10 categories, such as robotics and brain and emotion technology and healthcare and security. What we request for startups are, for Japanese startups, we look for startups which are interested in business outside Japan. And for global startups, we look for startups which are interested in business in Japan. And because we set a POC or pilot testing as a goal, we request the startups to have a level of products and services which allow us to do POC and pilot testing together with Japanese companies. These are 4 examples of POC accomplishments in KGAP Plus Batch 1 2019. In the together is Israel startups worked together with Gakentos Hospital. This is a core hospital of Keihara Science City. They did a music therapy POC for patients with dementia. And because the POC was really successful, we did the press release together with them. And Active Scalar is a startup coming from Silicon Valley, introduced by Mr. Ushio. And they worked together with Denso and the Narako's Bus Line and NSAD, it's an insurance company. And they did a POC for inbound tourists from Singapore to Nara to give services to buy a travel ticket or travel insurance at one stop in app. And Aston is a Japanese startups located in Shizuoka Prefecture. And they did a POC together with Narako's Bus Line to detect the sleepiness of drivers of bus. And the last one is Hackles. It's a Kyoto located startups. They did a POC with Spread. This is a really big company for vertical farming and to detect the quality of products by AI. So these are the list of achievements which we did in KGAP Plus 2019. We had succeeded in having a POC, more or less, among 19 startups, and 2 other startups have established their business models. And we had 2 demo days and 2 exhibitions for 19 startups. And we take 4 startups to Barcelona and 5 startups to ELA in New York to have a special program there. And average score by the startups are 4.7 out of 5.0. That's a really good number for us. So we are now having a KGAP Plus Batch 3, which was started in July, the end of July. And we're finishing in less than 2 weeks with a demo day at the occasion of Kyoto Smart City Expo, where 16 startups will give a pitching and gives audiences the outcome of our program. And we will be maybe able to do some collaboration work with Barcelona Activa, that we are now discussing with how to do that with Barcelona Activa. These are the list of startups participating in KGAP Plus Batch 3. We have, as I mentioned, 16 startups selected for KGAP Plus Batch 3, and 10 selected from 5 global partner countries via KGAP Plus Special Edition that was carried out during the June and July, and 6 from Japan. If you divide these 6 startups in terms of field of technology, this ranges widely from AI, IoT smart devices, up to mobility. As I mentioned, we will have a KGAP Plus Batch 3 demo day. This is also carried out online on October 28th this year at the occasion of Kyoto Smart City Expo 2020. The session will start in the morning and finishing in the evening at 17 o'clock, because we have time difference between Japan and other countries. Okay, and we have in the final session presentation about Barcelona ecosystem, expansion business to Barcelona by my friend Mr. Lorenzo de Pietro. He's executive director of Barcelona Activa. Barcelona Activa is a very big incubation and acceleration organization run by City of Barcelona. That's a really great organization. And this event is actually a kind of a selection event to select startups which allow them to participate in KGAP Plus Batch 4. That will also be held online. And starting in November 10th and finishing February 19th. We will maybe accept somewhere around 10 startups from Canada, USA, and India, Israel, Japan, and the new participants, Nordic and Estonia. And first, we'll have a kind of pitching event. All selected startups will give pitching in one day on November 11th. And we start seminars and the mentoring after understanding deeply what you try to do, what your technology are for 3 months. And we have a demo day, February 19th, at the occasion of Hack Osaka, that's held in Osaka, a really good, big event of startups carried out every year. And we will have a collaboration ELA, a special program with a collaboration ELA, maybe somewhere around March, but we need to discuss further with ELA. Okay, thank you very much once again for joining this event today with us, and we hope you are very successful for this event to be qualified with KGAP Plus Batch 4. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Suzuki-san. Okay, yeah. Okay, next, we will have a greeting remarks from Harvey, our partner. Yes. Harvey is the National Program Advisor of IREP NRC. Yeah, we are collaborating with IRAP for 3 years. Yeah, and yeah, today, yeah, we are happy to collaborate with him again. Yeah, Harvey, please deliver your remarks today.
OK、Hello、皆さんおはようございます。私は NRC のハービー・ランと申します。カナダ政府の国立研究機構のリサーチセンターです。本日のイベントは ATR と NRC の共同イベントです。NRC について簡単に英語をご説明します。So, I am with IRAP. It's a division inside of NRC. And IRAP is Canada's largest funding organization for startups, early stage companies, and established almost 70 years ago. So every year we fund 3,000 plus companies with a portfolio of $350 million every year. So all through the years, we've generated a lot of connections with Canadian companies, startups, small companies, total of 70,000 in our database. So we have a lot of company connections. And the way that we deliver this program is through our advisors, 250 of them across Canada. So you can see how they're located across Canada with yellow triangles here. Basically, the advisors are located in major city centers, close to all the companies that we want to connect to. You can see here in the red squares, those are our research centers. With labs and research development. So we have 4,000 employees across in all these locations, and our budget is 1 billion Canadian dollars. A big portion of it goes to IRAP. So our program is, like I said, is for funding companies, and we also do a lot of international collaboration. So we push some programs to our companies where they could collaborate with partners around the world. So you can see here, Europe, parts of Asia, South America. And we have a new program in Japan, just started last year. So how that works is we've partnered with ATR, of course. We also partner with NEDO. They're very similar to us in funding our companies. We also have partners with major Japanese corporations. So how that works is really our goal for all of us is for open innovation. We want to accelerate open innovation. So for us, we scout the Canadian companies, scouting startups, and this matches well with the ATR and the KGAP program. We feed these companies to the KGAP Market Entry Acceleration Program, and we do missions to Japan online for now. But we're still ongoing in doing this. And really the goal of doing all this scouting and missions is so we can identify POCs that we can support. And also we're very aligned with NEDO. As I mentioned, we do co-funding for projects. So collaborations of our companies with the Japanese companies. We are looking for other agreements. We do have agreements with major Japanese corporations for scouting. Again, we do the scouting for the purpose of POC and R&D partnerships. So that is, of course, the most interesting for a lot of companies is scouting. And how do we do that? So usually when you meet a startup, you'll have the initial meeting, you'll have business plan and have a pitch. But really, that's a really small portion of everything you can know about a company. So with IRAP, we have a strong relationship with the management of the company. Before we fund a company, a project, we do a very deep analysis, technical and business analysis of the project, the company, financials, the management, everything an investor typically wants to know. And we do multiple projects over years. And even when a project is complete, we track it. So we have a lot of data, and you can see that we actually have a lot of confidential information, such as financials, investments, the revenue forecast, and especially the technology information. We have that. We keep it secret, it's confidential, but we use that in our search to identify great companies. And we use that with IBM Watson. We have a partnership with that. So again, this is just an overview, what we're doing, scout, doing missions, POCs, and really goals is big R&D projects. And we find KGAP a really good partner because the mission and POC part is well aligned with the KGAP program. and has found some great partners for our startups. So here's some examples. Last year, as Suzuki-san already mentioned, we had 2, and they have some great partnerships in development. And then just this recently in this summer, we've had 3. They're still ongoing, and they are getting our funding support to do POCs. And then, of course, our next round, which is starting very soon, and the companies that are pitching today, which are really focused on healthy aging technologies. And I'm gonna just start talking about some of the trends. We all know that Japan has a really aging population situation, but it's going to be happening across the world in all our developed countries. As you can see, this color black represents the population with 30% or more of population 60 years or older. So by 2050, all of us in the developed world will have this issue. So really here today, we're talking about how the technology helps the needs of the aging society. These are just some basic breakdowns, but and not all of it, but overall, we look at big data and AI, where data can be analyzed to identify patterns and trends for personal medicine, and then treatments, customized treatments for individuals. And IoT, there's a few companies today that are really focused on this. And it ranges from simple sensors to complex video monitoring, and really focused on smart home capability. And it allows older people to remain independent longer. Wearables is a major component as well, and monitors health, and it can alert healthcare providers or family to help earlier. AR/VR is another component, allow therapy and long distance meetings, virtual travel, health services, and of course, robotics. It's well known in Japan for companion robots, mobility, automation, and physical work, and etc. So our viewpoint is that healthy aging is really not binary. It means it's not just healthy and not healthy. There's stages. So if you look at the early stages, healthy, and then at risk, and then pre-disease, we think that this is a great opportunity for the technology companies to take advantage of, for prevention and early detection. So going into the companies that we have presenting today, Altumview, Curve, and Zombo is really looking at that prevention and early detection. Lumisonics is looking at of cancer early detection. Okalink is really COVID related. It's doing ventilator manufacturing. So, I want to make a point that aging shouldn't be a problem, but it's a life stage where if we have the technologies, the elderly can maintain their needs. So in closing, we have an office in Tokyo. You can contact us. Sasaki-san has joined us. He is our head in the NRC office in Tokyo. He's a former CTO of Fujitsu. So we're looking for Japanese corporations interested in open innovation. So please come talk to us, and we can support and identify some great Canadian companies for the purpose of POCs. So that concludes. This is my contact. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. So that concludes that for me.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. I'm surprised when you begin your remarks in Japanese. Thank you very much. Okay, let's start pitching from Canadian SMEs. Are you ready, Canadian guys? The first company is Altumview Altumview System. Okay. And then please unmute. Are you ready? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's great. Okay, let's get started your pitch. You have 5 minutes, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, perfect.
Hi, thank you, everybody. I'm Anling. I'm a Vice President of AutoView. We have a novel senior care system. Let me introduce our company first. We founded this company, AutoView Systems, in Canada in 2016. We have 17 employees and 10 PhD. They are all in the artificial intelligence, computer vision, edge computing, and deep learning. And we developed the hardware, app, algorithms, cloud, everything all by ourselves. Well, elderly population in Japan, especially, this is a very severe problem. There are about 35 million people over 65 years old, and about 7 million have a dementia and half dementia. Well, if we want AI to help senior care, we have to take all these questions, how to, preserve the privacy when we caring of, the seniors, and how to, check their, activity of daily life. Are they safe or not, for example? So if we have this kind of technology, they can live independently. Well, let's see how it works by a video. Okay.
As my mom gets older, I can't help but worry about her. I want to make sure she's healthy, active, and most importantly, safe. But I can't be there all the time, and I don't know if she'd want me to. That's why there's the Cypress Visual Sensor by AltumView. With just a glance, it lets me know she's safe, if she's been sleeping well, who's been in and out of the house, and it alerts me to any falls and even potential dangers before they happen, all automatically, securely, and without ever invading her privacy. How does it work? Let me show you. This is what the Cypress Visual Sensor sees. Using advanced facial recognition, it automatically knows that's my mom, and it can tell, just by the way she's moving, that everything's fine. It's super secure, super private. That's all it or anyone else can see. No video or audio is ever recorded or stored, so you can have them installed anywhere, even in the bathroom. So if something does happen, like a slip or a fall, I get alerted immediately. And the built-in two-way audio system lets me check if everything's okay. Mom, are you all right?
Nothing to worry about, sweetie.
It even works at night, so I'll get alerted if there's any unusual behavior or falls out of bed. The smart monitoring also gives me daily analytics, so I know if she's moving enough, sleeping enough, and it even warns me to potential dangers before they occur. Now I get the best of both worlds. She gets to live her life without me always bugging her, and I get peace of mind knowing she's safe. Thanks to the Cypress Visual Sensor.
Okay, that's the video. So, well, so as you see in the video that, we have 3 parts in the system. It's hardware, as you see here. Later, I'll show you the actual stuff, and the cloud, and the app. So this whole system can do a lot of jobs. It can detect falls and do fall risk assessment, and facial recognition, gesture recognition, and also can do automatic check-in and check-out for entrance management. So these are the applications in this is in China, in a hospital, and this is a senior home here in BC, and then this one is in Japan, in Toyama. And the left side, you can see there is CCTV design. This is our device and technologies were reported by Chinese CCTV twice. They have over 1 billion views. So we have a lot of business partners already in Japan and in China, and here in Canada, and we are developing more and more potential customers and the distributors and the cooperators in the world. So this is the left photo shows an actual view when we are seeing a hospital. So if this person is defined as a dementia patient, cannot leave the bed by himself. If he leaves bed, then it will give us alert. This is, Cyprus do the for risk assessment, use AI technology. So the seniors does not need to go to the hospital, just, perform this kind of assessment at home or in the facility. This is Cyprus, do the automatic check-in and check-out. It will record check-in time and check-out time. If you enter into the entrance, the sensor will detect your face and just take records automatically. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anlin.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, this is a real device. It's a tiny device. Thank you.
It looks very nice. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. Next, we will have a pitch from Okalink. Peter, are you ready?
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Yes. You have 5
I'll
minutes.
just share my screen.
Yes. Okay, it's coming. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Peter Fang. I'm part of Okalink, one of the co-founders. We're a ventilator company. So our story is around March 22nd. A few of us were gathering around looking at the news from Italy. It was a very dire situation. We all have families that are older, and in particular, my co-founder has a grandma that's staying in a senior home. And we're looking at the news, the Italian doctors had to pick between giving the ventilator to a young, healthy guy, a relatively healthy guy, or an older grandmother. And of course, the choice goes to the younger person. So we thought no doctor or no person should have to face that decision. And we decided to see if there's something we can do. So around that time, we gathered together and decided that the problem is not just about not making enough ventilators. The issue with the ventilator is both a product problem and a supply chain problem. The world just, with the existing designs, just simply can't make enough because the traditional ventilator is around 800 parts or even more. And so we have to solve the problem from the root cause, which is the product design, but also address the supply chain. And traditionally, the medical device supplies have just simply been constrained because of the global situation. Now, either through governmental intervention that certain parts were not allowed to be exported, or simply the sheer demand precludes the use of medical supply. So the approach we took is we came up with a simpler design, so only 53 key components, and also we use parts that are easy to source. So mostly non-medical supply parts, other than the ones required by us by Health Canada. So the result is the Pantheon emergency ventilator, as you can see in this picture. And so our company, 35 days in, we have a working prototype called the Pantheon emergency ventilator. And within 6 months, we have received Health Canada certification under Class 3 medical device. And some of the highlights, we're a fairly young company, and we have 12 core team members. We have 5 active sales leads, and we have 85 contracted manufacturer suppliers that's working with us. The investment so far is about $500,000 Canadian to date. And these are our corporate advisors. So the key part about our solution is that it is an innovative design. It's turbine-based, so it eliminates the need for medical compressed air or oxygen tank. And this is an important feature because around the world, if New York, we'd given them 20,000 ventilators, and they were, at the time, were using makeshift hospitals around the repurposing areas, you just couldn't get medical compressed air, enough of it to treat patients. And let alone developing countries, many of their hospitals simply do not have the infrastructure for medical air. So our design allows deployment in areas where it would otherwise be impossible to use a ventilator, a traditional ventilator. The design is made available because we can manufacture it quickly, and it's fairly reliable because of the stringent testing we've gone through and Health Canada certified. So our key achievements to date, we have had the feedback from Alberta Health Services, one of the largest health authority in Canada, giving us the feedback in the design. We passed certain emissions tests, SP 3000 evaluation as prescribed by Health Canada. We currently do have an LOI for sale of 1,000 units that we're working on to close. And we are working with 85 suppliers that are ISO certified. Health Canada certification came at the end of August, and we have 5 active conversations with various governments on procurement. So the sort of medium-term need, obviously right now during the pandemic, is the immediate need for ventilators. But in light of COVID, countries have woken up and discovered the shortfall they've had in their stockpile. So for us, this is a study on the penetration rate of number of ventilators per 100,000 people. And this is an estimate by the end of 2020. So you can see there's still a gap for some countries to catch up. So if we do an analysis for the rest of the world to catch up to the penetration rate of India, there's still a shortfall of 250,000 ventilators. If we were to catch up to Italy, then the rest of the world would still have a gap of close to 1 million ventilators. And so in terms of the future need, we would be prepared for now to supply for the stockpiling and the current need. But our company is looking to establish the cloud-based remote monitoring system, which essentially during COVID time, in the ICU units, the doctors it's less safe to go in and out of to treat the patient. So if we have a remote monitoring system, it can make the system safer. And coupled with that, with the data, we're looking to move towards the AI analytics, where there's some automation and diagnostics that we can put up. And so for the ask, we are looking for manufacturing partners in Japan as an expansion, sales and distribution partners, capital, or health certification within Japan. So welcome any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Okay, next, we will change the order. Okay, we will have a presentation from Zombo instead of Lunasonic. Okay, so notice, it's a sudden notice for you, but are you ready?
I think so. Everything's
yeah,
done,
great, thank you.
Okay, great.
Please, yeah, start a screen sharing. Okay, yeah. 5 minutes.
Full screen. Great. So, Zombo, we reinvented the diet. My story is that I lost 100 pounds, and I did that by capturing the data from my diet and exercise, using wearable fitness devices, smart scales, and photos of food on Instagram. And I would provide that to my personal trainer, who would follow up with me. So this is what my personal journey looked like. It took me about 2 to 3 years to lose the 100 pounds. But normally only about 1% of people lose weight and keep it off. And so we found that this wasn't a scalable process that my trainer and I had by logging into my Fitbit account and so on. So we ended up creating Zombo, which is a middleware technology that pulls data in from the commercially available off-the-shelf hardware and software that people are already using to track their fitness day to day. And we bring it into a centralized location and use an informed consent process to tell people what we're collecting, why we're collecting it, and who it's going to be shared with. We then identify some goals with the patient or the client that they want to meet and continuously monitor their data, and then start a conversation with that person to give them a little bit more motivation when they need it from somebody like a coach or a personal trainer or possibly a doctor. In addition to this sort of core fitness space that we work in for diet and exercise, we've also identified this business model within healthcare and insurance. And for Japan specifically, we believe that there's an opportunity to do the continuous monitoring of those who suffer from chronic illness, but also elders, to make sure that they are maintaining the levels of mobility that they need to enjoy a high quality of life. Finally, we've got some additional verticals amongst first responders and military that we believe are a very strong opportunity for us, as well as the sort of general corporate and HR space, which can reduce risk of injuries, number of days off related to sickness, and so on. We've received some letters of interest, strong support from different organizations, including BC Cancer and different technology providers that are looking at our middleware platform, but also with insurers who want to use our product to make sure that people are rehabilitating themselves over time and not going on something like long-term disability. And so very quickly, Zombo, myself, the founder, my background's in technology, information technology, and cybersecurity, financial technology, and so on. We've got a growing development team, so we've grown by about 5 people this year alone. And we've got a very strong scientific advisor group from different backgrounds here in BC of different universities and so on. And so our goal is to continue to and further improve our engagement in the Japanese market and with Japanese businesses so that we can take some of these innovations that we've already used, like Kanban and Kaizen, and expand upon that with the support of different Japanese companies we'd like to do business with. So thank you. And I'll see if I can pull up the Q&A part.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And I don't think there's any questions, so I'll leave it at that. Thanks.
Yeah. For audience, if you have any question or comment, please give it in the Q&A box. Yeah. The startups will answer in the text. Okay, Note, please finish the screen sharing. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, great.
Bye.
Okay, next, again, we will change the order. Next, we will have the presentation from KGAP Health. Are you ready?
We are perfect. Thank you so much. I'm
Yes.
just sharing the screen here.
Yes.
And let's just make it full screen.
Yeah, your sound is clear. Go ahead.
Perfect. So thank you all, and thanks for this opportunity. My name is Shay Balish. I'm the CEO and founder of Curve Health. What Curve Health is a full stack platform that's aiming to reinvent physical therapy. So we provide digital therapy, 100% virtual therapy to individuals to rehabilitate their issues. And I'll go through our specific technology. We have a number of frontier technologies we use to do this. But a little bit of context first on our company. We have 13 employees. It's led by myself. I have a background in academia, so I have an interdisciplinary PhD between medicine, psychology, and kinesiology, and I recently held a Banting Fellowship at the University of Toronto. We have $500,000 in revenue, and that's growing 30% year over year. Our technologies to measure injury and help rehabilitate injury have been in market for over a year and a half, and they've been used by notable groups such as professional sport groups and elite level colleges. And of note, our company has actually been doing business in Japan for the last 2 years. In fact, we've been working with ASICS or ASICS, and in fact, they are a investor in our company. So we're very excited to be here, and we've had great experience working in Japan. We hope we can continue this. Our team is made up of a number of individuals, including machine learning experts, biomechanists, physical therapists, and of course, software developers and sales and operations folks. So the problem that we're addressing is that physical therapy is really broken. First of all, it's extremely costly. So if you're running a hospital or an insurance company, you may recognize that physical therapy is 100% labor intensive. You have to book slots in a calendar of a very expensive professional to be able to deliver physical therapy. And then the problem, even when you pay that much money and you're using that much resources, is that it's very ineffective. It's ineffective because very few people actually do their physical rehabilitation. They go into a clinic, they work with a physical therapist, but then they go home and they don't do the actual prescribed treatment plans. They don't do their exercises. And so what we're building is a platform that enables digital therapy. And so what happens is we remove the need to go in to see a doctor, where you can see someone virtually the entire time. And we use computer vision and mobile technology through a mobile device to really make this this real. So this is an example of some of our computer vision. This is just me for compliance. I didn't want to show any of our patients, but you can imagine someone maybe a bit older doing some of this. And in fact, this is filmed in Barcelona with in ASIC's innovation headquarters. So we use computer vision to be able to extract the important information you need to deliver care remotely. The big reason why this technology is viable today is that our machine learning technologies enable physical therapists to take measurements at a distance, so patients can measure themselves and we can deliver physical therapy. We drive major cost reductions, and in fact, we're working with some of Canada's top health insurance companies and as well as workers' comp organizations that are saving meaningful amount of money rehabilitating their patients with our platform. It's beautifully designed. It's extremely simple. A physical therapist that works with Curve can onboard a patient and build them a prescribed treatment plan and then simply walk them through. The mobile application is really focused on measuring compliance and ensuring that patients actually do the exercises that they need to do. So in many ways, this is actually a behavior change platform, not necessarily an information sharing platform. What we're hoping to do is work with health insurers in Japan, as well as large hospitals that want to leverage our technology to deliver physical therapy far more effectively and more cost effectively, importantly. So again, my name is Shay Balish, and my information is right here down at the bottom if you'd like to reach out. My email is shay@curvehealth.com. Our website can be found at curvehealth.com, and I look forward to talking to a number of groups that are here today and specifically interested in those healthcare organizations that want to reduce costs with physical therapy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. I'm sorry. The one Canadian company is missing. So we will finish the presentation from Canadian companies. Okay. So at the end of the Canada session, we welcome the Ms. Reed from Canadian Embassy in Japan. Ms. Reed, thank you very much for joining today. Would you please give us your remarks for us?
Thank you very much. Minasama konnichiwa. Good morning, everyone, and good evening to those of you joining us from Canada and the United States. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. 本日は KGAP Plus North America Challenge カナダセッションのご拝聴いただきありがとうございました。私はカナダ大使館イノベーションライフとアグリフード担当の参事官レズリー・アン・リードと申します。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。I'd like to say how much I've enjoyed the session so far and how interesting it's been to hear the various presentations. And thank you to NRC IRAP and ATR for today's event, which the Canadian Embassy has been proud to support. I would specifically like to thank Dr. Hiroyuki Suzuki and Makiko Tatsumi of ATR and Harvey Lam of NRC for your leadership in fostering business and research collaborations between Canada and Japan. I'd like to also extend my gratitude to the many distinguished business people representing leading members of the innovation sector in the Kansai area who took time out of your busy schedules to be here at the North America session today. We're grateful for your interest and enthusiasm in evaluating the Canadian startups' technological capabilities and business potential. Congratulations to the presenting companies for those very interesting pitches. And for the audience, I hope that this morning's session so far has helped spark your interest and curiosity in the exciting innovations coming out of Canada. As a representative of the Canadian government, this is an opportune time to be able to promote Canadian innovation here in Japan, given the strengths found in many of our industrial sectors. Given the health tech focus of the Canadian companies presenting today, I wanted to take a moment to draw your attention to a few examples of the quality of research emerging from Canadian institutions in both the health and AI areas. In 2019, Dr. Jeffrey Hinton of the Vector Institute in Toronto, known as one of the godfathers of artificial intelligence and 2018 co-recipient of the ACM AM Turing Prize, which is often referred to as the Nobel Prize of Computing, was awarded the Honda Foundation Prize. Just last week, virologist Dr. Michael Houghton from the University of Alberta was one of 3 scientists awarded the 2020 Nobel Prize for Medicine for the discovery of the hepatitis C virus. In addition to their world-class research, both of these scientists share something else in common. They both left the United Kingdom to develop their research careers in Canada. And excellence is not limited to the university or research laboratory. Canada has become a powerhouse of AI innovation, and with our flourishing AI ecosystem comprising more than 800 companies, in fact, Toronto alone has the highest concentration of AI startups in the world, it's clear we have the know-how in both academia and business. Our deep, diverse, and advanced talent pool has attracted billions in investment from the world's largest tech firms, including Google, Amazon, Facebook, Samsung, Microsoft, and Intel. Canada's digital health ecosystem is growing with over 500 companies across the country, with hubs in Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and parts of Alberta. You've already heard from 4 dynamic Canadian companies who are part of that desire for innovation excellence: Altumview, Curve Health, Oaklink, and Zombo, and how they're applying technology to solve challenges in the health sector. There are many ways to partner with Canada and Canadian companies and institutions. Harvey Lam of NRC IRAP has identified how his program engages with Japanese companies and can offer tech scouting. You've just heard from these Canadian companies offering you specific proposals about their value proposition and how they're interested in working with Japanese partners. Another way to connect with Canada is by establishing a research lab or operation there as part of your organization's North American footprint. In 2018, Fujitsu decided to establish its global AI headquarters in Vancouver, which is home to numerous research institutions engaged in world-leading AI and quantum computing research. And in 2019, Denso, the world's 2nd largest automotive components mobility supplier, announced the opening of an AI R&D lab in Montreal. Canada offers a stable economy, low business costs, a highly educated, innovative workforce, and a safe, reliable business location from which to access the North American market under what we call the CUSMA, the Canada-United States-Mexico Agreement, commonly referred to also as the NAFTA. At the Embassy of Canada, we believe there is great untapped potential for more innovation collaboration between Canada and Japan. And we're working hard to promote these opportunities. In June, my team facilitated close to 300 B2B meetings between Japanese and Canadian companies during Collision, North America's fastest growing tech conference. Last year, we worked with Harvey and NRC IRAP to bring a delegation of Canadian companies to ILS Innovation Leaders Summit in Tokyo and organized over 150 B2B meetings. Our team at the Embassy would be happy to work with you for future tech matching events. I'd like to thank you again for being with us today, listening to the pitches from these very interesting companies, and I hope that this session will be a start in developing a closer Canadian connection. Please enjoy the rest of the program today. Gosecho, arigatou gozaimashita. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lydia. We always happy to collaboration with you, and we are always impressed of the government great support and your country's excellent companies, technology and the service. Yeah, we will continue the collaboration with Canada. Yeah, and in this program, we work to improve the collaboration. Yeah, and we will help the Canadian companies that they will expand their business in Japan. Thank you very much for joining today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Habe, thank you. And thank you very much, Canadian SME. So, yeah, we were finishing the Canada session. Yeah, and then, yeah, thank you. Of course, everybody can stay. Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, we will start a US session. Yeah, from now in 1 hour. And in the US session, we welcome Nick Sio. He is a great supporter of our program. Yeah, and he has a lot of experiments. Yeah, he is in the next to me. Yeah. Yeah, he has a great experiment. He's expert open innovation, especially between the Silicon Valley and the Japan. Yeah, we will have a talk from Nick. Yeah, in Japanese. So, Ushio-san, yeah, are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. The title of talk is COVID impact in Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I also organized this North America US session.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. So, good evening, bonsoir, folks in Canada and California, and good morning, the audience in Japan. So now we are gonna move slightly southwest from Canada to California and start the US session. So first I give a presentation in Japanese, unfortunately, and then I ask my friend Tsuchimoto-san of Sumitomo Life to give a reverse speech with a focus on InsurTech. He's now located in Silicon Valley. And following the reverse speech, two excellent startups from California will pitch their value proposition. So please enjoy the next 50 minutes with us. Something seems to be wrong. Sorry.それではすいません、日本語でやらせていただきます。シリコンバレーにおける COVID-19 のインパクトということでお題いただきまして、今日はちょっとピッチする会社にも絡めてですね、タッチレス社会、最近私使ってますけど、そのソリューションに関係した技術なんかもお話ししていただきます、させていただきます。これから25分ほどお付き合いください。で、何度もこの京阪奈の方では、プレゼンをさせていただいているので、何度もお聞きになられたこともいらっしゃると思いますので、ぜひごくごく簡単に、自己紹介させていただきますが、自称一人オープンイノベーションハブと申しておりまして、もともとは、アメリカのいろんなスタートアップをですね、発掘して日本企業さんとおつなぎするような仕事を続けてきています。で、ここ数年オープンイノベーションということで非常に盛り上がっているので、行ったり来たりということを続けてきているんですが、ちょっとこのコロナ禍の影響で、最近は日本にいる時間が長くなっています。で、最近に限らず、ここ数年はですね、日本で非常にアクセラレータープログラム、ピッチコンテストでの盛んでして、そちらの方の、メンターなんかの仕事も多くなりまして、この京阪奈をはじめ、関西地区の大学の技術シーズンの事業化、学生の企業の支援、そういったようなことをやらせていただいています。で、AI がキーワードになってますけど、AI 関係のベンチャーなどをサポートしつつ、特にあれですね、この今日の京阪奈、それからご縁があって、阪大と府大の方、両方ともですね、この大学の技術シーズンを事業化するというのを、特任教授の立場でご支援させていただくのがちょっと最新の状況でございます。それでは、本題に入りますけど、まずシリコンバレーの動向ということで、これコロナの前の話です。まずビフォーアフターということでお聞きいただきたいんですけれども、昨年あたりからシリコンバレーの話をさせていただく中で、一つはですね、このテック系のベンチャーの大型の IPO が続きましたよね、去年の春ぐらいに。で、ところが、今まさにお世話になっているズームにしても、いろいろ話題になるウーバーにしても、ずっと続いていたんですけれども、実際その上場後の株価っていうのは、右側のグラフにあるように、 ずっと低迷を続けています。唯一人工肉のですね、ビヨンドミートですね、ここだけはまあ多少この株価が上がってリターンも出てますけど、それ以外はまあちょっと低迷しているというところがあって、まあ実際昨年あたりウィーワークが一回 IPO を保留にするということで、非常に大型の投資、あるいは大型 IPO に対して慎重になる傾向がまあ見られていたのが去年の状況だったと思いますが、まあそこにちょっとコロナ禍の打撃が加わったということで、その辺はまた後ほどお話しさせていただきます。その一方でですね、まあ、シリコンバレーは拡大し続けています。最近って言っても、まあ、コロナの前に行かれた方、高速道路にホテルとかアパートが、まあ、次々と建設ラッシュ続いているのをご覧になった方もいらっしゃると思います。私もまあ、十数年シリコンバレー住んでますけど、どんどんまあ、アパートの家賃が上がっていってるんですね。でも、こんだけまあ、供給過多になれば、いずれ家賃も下がるだろうと思ったんですが、まあ、とにかく上がり続けていたと。コロナ禍の前では、もっともっとシリコンバレーは、企業も人も増えるという予想されていたので、まあ、ラッシュが増えてました。で、まあ、建設はまあ、やめるわけにいかないので続いております。まあ、右下にあるのはこれ、アップルの本社の建設中の状況ですけど、今もちろん完成しています。で、人が増えるに従って車が大渋滞してたんですけど、まあ、幸か不幸か、コロナのおかげで今は、高速はガラガラという状況ですけれども、まあ、こんな形でシリコンバレーは今、拡大し続けています。もともと左の囲ったようなところが、シリコンバレーと言われてたんですけど、今はまあサンフランシスコとか、そのオークランドのようなイーストベイですね。こういうところも含めて、まあ、サンフランシスコベイエリアのこの界隈を、まあ、シリコンバレーというふうにまとめて言うことが増えてきています。で、まあ、その一つの顕著な例として、先ほどご紹介したIPO した企業の本社ってほとんどサンフランシスコなんですよ。まあ、インテル、アップル、そういった、まあ、もともとのシリコンバレーの老舗はもちろん、パロアルトとかサンナゼ界隈にあるんですけれども、まあ、やっぱりサービス系のベンチャーが、まあ、実際にその、ディスラプトの破壊的なサービスを実際に、まあ、社会で展開していくという場としてのサンフランシスコということも含めて、こういったところに本社を置く、スタートアップが IPO して、ベンチャー企業が IPO しているということは一つ特徴と言えます。それからまたこれもコロナ禍で状況が変わりつつあるんですが、日本企業、シリコンバレーにたくさん進出しています。ゼテロのサンフランシスコ事務所が2年に1回調査をしてるんですね。で、コロナの前の調査と思うんですけど、今年の結果でついに1000社を突破しました。まあ700社超えたぐらいからもうそろそろこのぐらいかなと思ってたんですけど、また急激に増えてるんですね。で、まあ、リーマンで一回減ったりしてますし、まあ、途中増えてたのは IT に限らず、まあ、サービスだったり、フードだったりっていうのもあったんですけども、ここ1、2年の状況、特にこの伸びの中で多いのは、イノベーションに取り組む事業会社さん、つまりエレクトロニクスメーカーとかコンピュータ関係ではなくて、まあ、建設関係だったり、これから今日お話しするような保険会社みたいな、まあ、ある意味事業会社さんが直接ですね、ベンチャーとイノベーションを起こそうということで、各社送られてくる、まあ、精鋭の方は人数はそんなに多くないんですけれども、まあ、会社の数としてはその結果、まあ、増えてきているというのが言えると思います。で、なんでこんなに増えてきてるのと、まあ、家賃も高いのにね、というところがあったんですけども、まあ、今度大阪でもオープンしましたけど、プラグ&プレイテックセンターというところがある意味このオープンイノベーションの、拠点といっても、いいぐらいですね、日本企業さんがたくさん入居していて、まあ、ここで、いろんなベンチャーと日夜接してくると。ですから、以前はやっぱりちゃんとオフィス借りてということをやってたんですけど、まあ、トヨタさんとかソニーさん、パナソニックさんみたいな、以前から拠点のあるところはもちろんそこを左側にあるようにそこを使いながら、まあ、今は研究開発よりも、そのベンチャーとのコラボレーションとか投資みたいな活動をしていますが、それ以外のまあ数名で来られるような事業会社はこういったプラグ&プレイテックセンターみたいなところに入りながら、まあ、いろいろベンチャーと協業するような、まあ、他にもアクセラレーターありますけれども、こういったところがですね、ちょうどオープンイノベーションの潮流とマッチして、まあ、日本企業としても、まあ、協議が進めやすくなっていると。まあ、ただ、もちろんコロナで少しこの辺の事情も変わりつつあります。先日プラグ&プレイ行かれた方も残念ながら中がガラガラだったということを聞いています。私もちょっと行けてないんですけど、今度見に行きたいと思います。で、特にそのプラグ&プレイで今顕著なのはですね、 もともとこのKハンナのKGAPと同じようにバッジということでアクセラレータープログラムいろいろやってるんですね。4ヶ月間とか。で、IoT とかヘルスとか、非常にこのバーティカルを区切った上で、やってる中で、今一番この盛り上がっているのがインシュアテックのアクセラレーターなんですね。ベンチャーはだいたい毎回20社ぐらい参加する。で、それに対して左側がそういうベンチャーと協業したいような事業会社なんですけど、20社に対して通常は10社、せいぜい20社ぐらいあればいいんですけど、なんとこのインシュアテックに関してはですね、もうスポンサー企業が70社にも上ってるんです。で、その中のうち10社が日系企業の大手の保険会社さんですね。住友生命さんも含めて。そのぐらい盛り上がってます。で、インシュアテックといっても、その保険の審査だとか、あるいは健康に関するものだったりもあるんですけれども、幅広いですよね。自動車もあれば生命保険もあればということで。ですので、もともとインシュアテックでござれっていうわけじゃないんですけど、いろんなところで、例えば今まではリテールをやってましたとか、モバイルやってましたっていうところが、このインシュアテックのイノベーションの潮流に合わせて今、このより集まってきているというところが一つ言えると思います。さて、ここまでが、ビフォーなんですけど、COVID-19 どうなったかと。私も、あまり向こうに戻れずにいるんで、メディアを通じてとかいう部分もありますし、状況が刻一刻と変わってるんですけども、お聞きいただければと思います。州知事、リーダーシップを発揮してますし、意外とですね、アメリカ人の方がソーシャルディスタンシングですね、距離を空けるってことは徹底しています。道を歩いているときはさすがにマスクをせずに、それでもマスクしてない人は余計合うようにしたりしますけど、店内に入るときは、必ずマスクは着用とか、で、お店によっては、日本でもそうですけどね、入店できるカードを限るとか、あと面白いのは、公園もですね、あんな感じで輪を作って、グループごとにこの中に入りなさいみたいなことをやったりとか、あとはやっぱり日本と同様、飲食業界どうするかってことでですね、インドアを OK にするしないとかってやっぱり数字の変動を見ながら方針がいろいろ変わってきてるんですけども、最近このダウンタウンとかにですね、外にも全部出して、通常はストリートパーキングする場所だったところにどんどんテーブル出してですね、そこで食事ができるような、そのぐらい徹底しているというところが、ございます。で、ちょっとこれも日本と同様いろいろ変動してるんですけど、シリコンバレーを含む、サンフランシスコベイエリアは、色で見ていただくように、若干減少の傾向がありますけれども、その一方でやはり、まだまだ広がっているところもあるので、州全体としては、規制が続いているという状況でございます。それと当然シャッターがどんどん閉まっていく中で、先ほどIPO の話をしましたけど、こういうですね、急成長して社員が急増したような、そういったレートステージとか IPO 直後のスタートアップでのレイオフが続いています。ウーバーなんか最たるものですし、IPO って噂されていた Airbnb に関してもこんな感じでどんどん減ってきているというところが、現在の状況です。からこれも日本に聞こえてきてると思いますけど、リテールをはじめとして多くの大手企業はですね、チャプター11、いわゆる倒産処理手続きを申請中です。ですけど、例えばハーツ、レンタカー、日本でもご存知で、じゃあもういきなりもうレンタカーの事業をやめたかというとそうじゃないです。一応やっているんですけど、倒産処理手続きを今してしまっていると。あとはブルックスブラザーズとか、ディーン&デルガとか、おなじみのブランドなんかも今倒産手続きをしてますけど、聞くところによるとディーン&デルガ、日本は別のオペレーションなので日本のお店がすぐなくなる心配はないみたいですね。例えて言うとタワーレコードみたいな感じで、残るんじゃないかというふうに思われています。で、こういった状況の中でですね、先ほどのジェトロとか、シリコンバレーの日本人コミュニティがいろんなイベントを開催して、どうしてこうかっていうような、課題の共有とかをしている中で、そういったところをちょっと踏まえて、どっちかっていうと、少しポジティブにですね、捉えていこうということで、話している、そういった内容をまとめたのがここからのスライドになります。まず、レイオフが進んでるですね。先ほど言いましたように、 大規模なレイオフが続いてしまっていると。これは現状しょうがないんですけど、ポジティブな考え方として、一回これでガラガラポーンとしてしまう。もちろんレイオフされた人には申し訳ないんですけども、適材適所、さらに適量の雇用や人材配置を行う、これ良い機会という、そういうような捉え方をしようじゃないかと。あと、レートステージはそうなんですけど、アーリーステージ、例えば2人で始めました、5人、10人でやってますっていうところは、1人抜けただけでも、その会社としての機能がなくなってしまうわけ、大事な機能がなくなってしまうので、あるいはそのシリアルアントレプレーナーとか、シニアである程度も生活ができるような、そういった少人数のベンチャーが意外と生き残りそうだなという、これはこの後お話しする投資の話とも関係してきます。で、先ほども申しましたけど、なかなかその大型の投資とか IPO は慎重になりますよね。ただ、アメリカの場合ですね、お金があるところにはあるんだそうです。投資するお金もあるし、投資してもらわないと困る方々がたくさんいらっしゃるので、ここはですね、リスクの高いものよりもシード期のですね、そういったスタートアップに比較的少額の投資が増えるんじゃないかというふうに、言われています。で、シード段階にやっぱりこの強みのあるですね、スタートアップに対してじっくりと吟味して、少なめの投資額で、将来的には成功率の高い投資を行えるということが期待されています。ちょっとグラフ見づらいんですけど、これ、リーマンの時もやっぱりそういう状況があったんですね。で、例えばリーマン後に成長したのが、ウーバーだったり、Airbnb、ちょっとさっきレイオフの話はしましたけど、あるいはそのネットバブル弾けた後に登場してきたのが Google だったり Facebook だったりということで、たまたま歴史の偶然かもしれませんけれども、すべてをですね、ネガティブにペシミスティックに捉えるんじゃなくて、もう次に目指している、狙っている人はいるかと思いますので、特にこのシード期のですね、今日もこの後ピッチしていただきますけど、そういったスタートアップをうまく目利きしていくチャンスというふうに捉えたいと思っています。あと、これ後はちょっと土本さんからもコメントあるかもしれませんけれども、やはりその駐在員の方がですね、もう帰ってこいとか、事務所閉めろとか、もう至ってしょうがないだろうって、よくも悪くもみんなオンラインでやれるじゃないかってところがあって、本当にそれでいいのかなと。で、さらに追い打ちをかけてビザの発給停止っていうのが、あったりしたので、例えば、その人は残していても今まで戦略投資をしていたり、ベンチャーキャピタルに LP 投資していたのは、打ち切ろうだとか、先ほど言った駐在員の引き上げ拠点の閉鎖が危惧されています。ただ、このちょっと、日本企業の方は大勢聞かれている中で失礼な言い方ですけど、これ前科があるんですね。なんか都合が悪くなると帰ってきて、いなくなって、また、忘れた頃にやってくるというところで、ちょっとその辺でですね、どこの会社がってわけじゃないですけど、また日本企業がっていうのが、若干ありまして、そういうことにならないようにってことで、シリコンバレーにいる日系企業の方は、手を組んで頑張っていこうじゃないかと。もちろんこれは会社のそれぞれのご事情があるので、私があんまり、余計なこと言うべきじゃないかもしれませんけども、ここもポジティブに考えると、結局全部が残れないですから帰っていかれる、日本企業もいらっしゃるということは、競争相手が少しでも減るわけですし、なんとか辛抱強く活動して、維持できれば、またそのシリコンバレーのコミュニティにおけるですね、評判が高めることができるんじゃないかということで、皆さん頑張りましょうということで、この第8来るまでですね、夜逃げしないようにしましょうというようなことで言っています。はい、ここまでが、お題いただいた COVID-19 の状況ですけど、そうなった時にやっぱり今、コンタクトレスとかタッチレスとかリモートっていうキーワードがありますけど、私が使っているのはタッチレス社会ということで、タッチレス社会今迎えています。で、CB インサイトというベンチャーのデータベース、いろんな情報も発信してくれていますが、最近よく見かけるのがこういった、タッチレス社会のオフィスはこうなりますよね。これがオフィスのイメージです。あるいは学校もこんな感じですね。こういう形で、例えば入るときどうするとか、いうことで、こんなところは皆さん、イメージはもうあるかと思います。で、実際にもうリテールではタッチレスがだいぶ進んでますよね。この後、レッドロックの方からも話してもらいますけど、手のひらで入店したりだとか、決済したりだとか、 まあ、この一番やっぱり進んでいるのはリテールの世界じゃないかというふうに思います。で、そのまあ今のリテールに代表されるように、まあ、例えば、まあ、顔認識ですね。これはもう知らないところに至るところに入っています。あと無線を使ったもの、まあ、Wi-Fi であり、Bluetooth であったり、NFC であったり。あと忘れちゃいけないのは音声なんですよね。まあ、飛沫の感染のことはあるとしても、やっぱり声で伝えるっていうのが一番このタッチレス、コンタクトレスの基本なんですけれども、それぞれいろいろ課題がございます。まあ、画像はもう言うものじゃなく、プライバシーの問題で、まあ、州によって国によっては、禁じているところも出てきたりしているようなところですよね。から無線は非常に便利なんですけど、この様々な方式が併存していると。さらに、やっぱりデータのセキュリティの問題が、まあ、昨今もありましたよね。で、音声に関しては、まあ今、マスクで聞こえづらいっていうところがありますよね。それから、私が名前つけたのは、加齢性難聴社会ってのがこれから来るんじゃないかなと。まあまあ、ある程度しょうがないんですよね。で、こういったところに対して、何か、解決策がないかということで、まずプライバシーの問題に関しては、先ほど言いました、この手のひら認証であれば、まあ顔はわかりませんと。まあ手のひらまでこれ、プライバシーだって言われちゃったらそこまでなんですけども、まあこれを今実現しようとしているのが、レッドロックバイオメトリックスです。この後、セルゲイにしてもらいます。次、音声ですね。これに関しては、これも今日、この後、クリスにピッチしてもらいますけど、オーディオカーディオというところがアプリを使ってですね、この聴力を改善しようと。実際に耳の中の下牛を刺激して、脳の方にこの眠りかけていった聴力を蘇らせようみたいな、そんなことをやっている技術になります。から無線について、これは今日、ピッチはしないんですけど、ちょうど今私が協業している会社として、超音波通信ですね。ちょっとこれ音声との絡みなんですけど、超音波というのは人間に聞こえない、皮下聴の音なんですけれども、実際にはスピーカーから出したらマイクで拾えるんですね。で、それを、変調をかけてデータを飛ばしてあげるということにすれば、電波を使った無線とは違う、あるいはマイクとスピーカーだけあれば簡単に通信ができるということで、これも超音波というのはもう古くて新しい技術なんですけども、この辺も今ちょうど注目すべき技術ということで、取り組んでおります。で、英語でのピッチになるので簡単な、プレビューということでお話ししますけど、で、レッドロックは、手のひらのこの、画像の特徴ですね。手相って言っちゃうとよくないんですけど、で、それも、写真撮ってやっても偽装できちゃうんで、3D でかざしながら、ちゃんと、セキュアにしようということも含めて、金融セキュリティ、さらにこれからは、リテール系に広く活用されることは期待しています。そういったところを目しての、日本での、進出だというふうに、思っています。それから先ほどのリスナーですね。超音波をにデータを変調。要するに、サウンドウェーブを01に変換して、データとして、デジタルデータとして飛ばすやつで、これも、ログインだけじゃなくて、その簡単なメッセージを送ったりとか、電子キー代わりにしたりとか、そういったようなユースケースが想定されています。それから、オーディオカーディオに関しては、スマホから音が出てくるんですけれども、その聞こえにくい周波数ですね、そこを、刺激してあげると。ただそれは音楽を聴きながらでもですね、セラピーができるということで、この辺も詳しくこの後にクリスに話してもらいただきたいと思います。ということで、この次は、この後は、住友生命の土本さんから、ちょっとリバースピッチをしていただいて、英語でしていただけるんですよね。それから、それに続いて、タッチレス社会、イニシアテックってトレンドにマッチしたですね、このカリフォルニア発の注目すべき2社にピッチをしていただきたいと思います。それでは、土本さん。
はい。
どうも。
おはようございます。
ちょうどですね、シリコンバレーから日本に一旦帰っていただいているタイミングだったので、無理をお願いして、今日、リバースピッチしていただくことになりました。
ありがとうございます。
じゃあちょっとここからまた、英語に切り替えます。 So now I'd like to forward the screen to my friend, Tsuchimoto-san of Sumitomo Insurance. So actually, he's one of my good friends in Silicon Valley. So Tsuchimoto-san, please start your first speech.
Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so good morning or good evening, everyone. My name is Takashi Tsuchimoto from Sumitomo Life. Thank you for having me here, and I'm excited at this opportunity to present my company's overview to you all. So, Sumitomo Life is one of the largest life insurance companies in Japan, with a history of over 100 years. Our total assets are 355 billion US dollars. It is nearly equal to New York Life in the US. In Japan, we have several subsidiaries, including Medicare Life, which provides affordable and small-sized medical insurance. Outside Japan, we acquired Sumitomo Financial Corporation in February 2016 in the US. And we also have a presence in China, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Singapore through strategic alliances with local players. We have multi-channel strategy to engage customers. We have striven to establish a framework to provide products corresponding to our customers' wide range of needs, leveraging our subsidiaries and business alliances with other insurers. Our main sales channels is over 30,000 sales representatives who we call life designers. And we offer products through OTC at financial institutions and agencies, such as insurance outlets. We also have a multi-product strategy for offering to our customers. Our strategy is to always respond to the market and diversify our product offering for future growth, leveraging business alliances even with other insurers as necessary. We focused on the recent trend in health and launched Japan's first real health enhancement insurance, Sumitomo Life Vitality, in July 2018. I give you an overview about Sumitomo Life Vitality. Sumitomo Life Vitality is unique and different from existing life insurance in that its premium is determined based on customers' activities and process to enhance health. Furthermore, the unique concept of the product to reduce the risks themselves has received high evaluation from external organizations. Vitality is a proprietary wellness program developed and distributed by Discovery, a South African company, through its global network. Sumitomo Life and Discovery has an exclusive partnership agreement for the Japanese market. In Japan, health-related expect to maintain growth momentum with the trends towards healthier lifestyle, influencing customers' choices and awareness. Symptom Life seeks to create a new market in Japan through the distribution of Symptom Life Vitality. The survey of Vitality members shows that Vitality has contributed not only to their health conditions, but also to their quality of life. More than 80% of customers have become more aware of the importance of health through the enrollment in Vitality program. In addition, Vitality has contributed to increase the number of steps per day and improvement of blood pressure. We will seek to solve the social challenges of extending healthy life expectancy through introducing the value of Vitality to customers. We developed the Symptom Life Medium-Term Business Plan 2022 as a new 3-year plan starting from this April. Turning our attention to the social and economic environments, we perceive the ever-increasing pace of change, the effects of which may be felt throughout society. These include changing demographics, acceleration of digitization, and work style reforms. Under this plan, we will accurately grasp these changes in the environment and aim to be an indispensable insurance company for society. By contributing to society, being trusted by society, and adapting to society in order to keep on meeting our customers' expectations into the future. Lastly, I'll tell you about our digital innovation initiatives. Symptom Life opened 2 digital innovation labs in April 2018, one in Tokyo, one in Silicon Valley in the US. I'm the head of the Silicon Valley office. The purpose of these labs is to explore the latest developments in insurtech, health tech, and other technologies. In Silicon Valley, we have partnered with Program Play Tech Center since January 2018, and we work closely with our US subsidiary Symmetra, a Seattle-based life insurance company. The goal is to find innovative ways to provide new and better services for customers, both in Japan and the US. We are looking for partnership with startups which have innovative solutions for the insurance industry. And that's it. Thank you very much. And if you are interested in Symptom Life, please contact me with LinkedIn or email. Thank you.
Service, you're focusing on the recruiting or exploring partners. Have you found any potential partner, interesting partner through the today's pitches? Would you specify any technical area you are focused on or you are interested for the convenience of the participating startups? Yeah.
Yes, actually, I found several startups I'm interested in. Actually, I think I had a conversation at CES this year, so maybe I can continue to conversation with them.
Okay, so sounds like even for the any device or any AI, or so you're covering the wide range of technology as long as which are contributing to your business
Right.
of life
Yes,
insurance.
yes, that's right.
Okay, so I believe the Sumitomo Life will be very positively, joining the KGAP Plus program from now on. Okay, so thank you very much, Tsuchimoto-san. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and finally, it's time for the long-awaited venture and startup pitches. The first company from California is Red Rock Biometrics. Sergey, please start your pitch. Are you ready? Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Billy.
Yeah.
We can see your slide.
You can see my screen? Okay, good. Hello, everyone. My name is Sergey Badeka. I'm a vice president of business development for Red Rock Biometrics. And our flagship product is called Palm ID. And I have to say, when we started this company 4 years ago, we had no idea how relevant or important we would become in 2020. So basically, Palm ID is a biometrics based on the user's palm print and palm vein. By simply showing your palm to a camera, our algorithm can verify who you are. This is a completely touchless solution that works with most devices, most cameras, dating back 10 to 12 years. So at this point, I'd like to show you just a live demo, not our marketing demo. And if you can see my screen, I'll go ahead and play this video. So this is how the user would enroll. We have to type in your name. There's a bunch of instructions that follow after that, how you should be holding your hand, but it's very intuitive. Basically, again, you're just showing your palm to the camera. And in this case, we're asking the user to enroll both palms because they forget which palm they enrolled. So now, as I'm registered, I am verifying. So this step is verifying. In this case, I'm using the back camera of my iPhone, and I can also switch to the selfie camera by turning off anti-spoofing, and that's my selfie camera. Okay, so Palm ID works for all people across the globe that have palms. Our product respects the privacy of the user because the user actually has to show intention before they authenticate. Unlike, for example, some face biometrics, right? So this also addresses concerns of, is someone spying on me because of apps, such as Facebook, Instagram. But guess what? There is no app called Palmbook. The real power is derived from the use case that can be accomplished with our product. Imagine a scenario where the user is registering their palm at home and doing nothing other than showing their palm at, let's say, an ATM or a point of sales. And in this case, we support cross-device compatibility, right? So let's take a grocery store. You don't have to register at at the store. You can actually just register at home on your phone and then match at the store. So like I said, we don't require any scanner, but we do have a variety of use cases. And these are some of our partners that are, bigger companies, I should say, some of our bigger partners. And our product has been applied in payments, retail, in automotive industry, in AR/VR, in ATMs, If I have time, I'll play that video where we actually have a pretty cool use case when you're trying to withdraw money on your phone and you preset your transaction on your phone. Then you're able to match on the ATM, get the cash, and therefore bypass debit card and PIN code. And that's with NCR. So we're in Africa with nonprofit organizations that are providing humanitarian help, and that is through MasterCard. In enterprise security, where we have deployment with Sony Life Insurance in Japan, thanks to our partnership with NRI. We're a great fit in healthcare, of course, because as you can imagine, people don't want to touch things at a hospital. And even in schools, when parents are picking up their kids, you know, before, when I was picking up my kids, I had to put in 2 6-digit PIN codes. You know, there's a school in China that's using our solution just by showing phone. Actually, there's a picture of that right there. So this is a case with Procter & Gamble with AR/VR. Again, MasterCard. This is the ATM. We do have a device that can do, they can identify millions for things like subway entry. And of course, you know, protecting your health record might be as important, if not more important, than protecting your bank account. So we hope to continue our success in Japan and bring Palm ID to all industries because if nothing else, it is secure and it's just easy to use. So that's it for me. Thank you.
And the second company from California, and the final pitch of today's event is given by Chris from Audio Cardio. So Chris, please commence your pitch. Chris. Okay. Here you go. So please unmute your microphone.
Yep. Can everyone see?
Yep.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Chris Ellis, CEO and co-founder of Audio Cardio. Audio Cardio is a mobile app that aims to protect, maintain, and strengthen your hearing. You can think of us as physical therapy for your hearing. Because over 450 million people suffer from disabling hearing loss, and that number is expected to double in the next 30 years to 900 million people. This costs our global economy more than $750 billion in productivity every year. But the underlying problem is the lack of access to care, the expensive cost, and negative social stigma associated with solutions that are currently on the market. And hearing loss isn't just an inconvenience, it has many secondary physical and mental health issues associated with it. People with untreated hearing loss are up to 3 times more likely to fall and up to 5 times more likely to have dementia. Individuals with untreated hearing loss also have an increased feeling of loneliness since they are less likely to engage in social activities and participate in group events. This often leads to isolation and depression, one of the key concerns and topics being addressed in aging societies. And that's why we created the Audio Cardio app. The Audio Cardio app allows you to quickly assess your hearing and generate a personalized sound therapy that aims to maintain and strengthen your hearing by stimulating the cells at the barely audible level. By continuously stimulating these cells, we can cause them to fire together and wire together so that they can send the sound signals to the brain so that it can be interpreted as meaningful sound. This firing and wiring promotes and supports the necessary pathways to allow these sound signals to reach the brain. And the more these cells fire and connect to each other, the more permanent these connections become, making it easier for these signals to travel to the brain. And because our sound therapy is inaudible, you can do it passively in the background while you listen to music, work at your desk, or even while you're falling asleep without interrupting those activities. We have conducted multiple clinical trials with institutions like Stanford University, Palo Alto Medical Foundation, and Samsung Medical Center, with over 70% of the participants having a change in their hearing by 10 decibels or more within the first 2 weeks. Our patents have already been granted. We received $50,000 in grant support from the FDA through the CTIP Accelerator Program, and we recently won the 2020 Center for Aging and Brain Health Innovation Award from KGAP, which is sponsored and supported by Baycrest Research Hospital in Toronto. The alternatives in the marketplace are your traditional hearing aid brands, corrective surgeries, and prescription medications. But as previously mentioned, these treatments are expensive, hard to access, and often have a negative social stigma associated with them. Only audio cardio has a clinically proven technology that can be incorporated into your day-to-day life without expensive costs and the negative stigma. Our goal in working with KGAP to enter the Japanese market will include B2B enterprise sales and licensing opportunities with the organizations like the ones you see at the bottom of this screen. In this model, audio cardio will be sold to companies as a corporate wellness benefit for employees or as a partnership to distribute the audio cardio technology through channels that these companies have already built. Organizations with loud work environments like manufacturing and others in audio hardware, insurance, and health are best suited to purchase and partner with audio cardio. Audio cardio aims to help individuals strengthen their hearing and improve their ability to communicate, improve their mood and overall quality of life by reducing loneliness, isolation, and depression, all issues associated with untreated hearing loss. The value we bring to businesses include reduced employee health costs, increased productivity, and revenue. Our team is made up of technologists and scientists that have come together to solve this problem. Our co-founder, Sam, is the inventor of our technology and is an award-winning music composer that holds 5 patents related to hearing. He studied systematic musicology at Seoul National University and was a PhD candidate in cognitive acoustics at UCLA. We have also been a part of multiple exits, and our advisors are experts in IP licensing, worked at the National Institutes of Health, and continue to assist us in our day-to-day business, including leading our previous clinical trials. We invite you to join us in our mission to provide an easily accessible and affordable hearing solution for all people, regardless of their socioeconomic status. Thank you.
Presentation with clarification of your strategy for the Japanese market. Okay, so I hope both companies will be selected for the batch pro and see you both soon again. Okay, so thank you again for Tsuchimoto-san and Chris, Sergey. Also, thank you very much for all the audience for the participation. Please keep your eyes on the activities in Keihanna. Thank you very much. Have a nice day or have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick. Yeah, we are looking forward to working with you again soon. Yeah, well, that's all for today's program. We hope this event will inspire you, all of you. Yeah, if you think about the collaboration with the startups, any of the Canada, North America, yeah, Canada and the US companies, please let us know. We are happy to support you. Yeah, not only today. Yeah, we have 2 more events. One is for India on October 20th, and another is for Israel, November 2nd. Yeah, these are for batch 4 candidates, but don't forget batch 3 companies. Batch 3 members delivered the great pitches at the end of their 3-month journey on October 28th. So please make a memo. October 20th, 28th, and November 2nd. Yeah. Well, yeah, we are finishing. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.